Is there a sense of relief now that that tough stretch of 5 games on the road out of 6 is behind you? Do you allow yourself to say, all right, now this is where we can start picking up some games?
Yeah, I feel like we we get to come home, and I feel like that boost our confidence, a lot more. Show that we're we're ready. We're ready to get ready for Virginia, and we just learned from these few games on the road, and I feel like we'll do better at home.
When you were thinking about that Tuesday night game, were you thinking of the next day? Were you thinking about any of those 30 points, or were you thinking about the open shot at the end of the first overtime?
Well, after the game, I couldn't sleep, on the way back from that shot, and I felt like I should have hit it, but that I just learned. I was surprised I was that open because Notre Dame was playing us. They were playing great D on us, and I feel like I was surprised that I was that open and able to get that shot off. So it was tough, but I learned from it, and that's all I could do.
Yeah, so such a tough stretch. Can you kind of put a grade on how you think you did over that 6-game stretch?
I feel like we did good overall as a team, and we need to communicate more. I feel we need to talk more, and I feel like that's what we need to learn. We just need to talk more, because we got beat on a lot of simple plays. So it was good.
In your opinion, is this an NCAA tournament caliber team, and how important is this finish to making sure that happens?
I feel like we are. I feel like we worked hard enough, in the off season, and I feel like, we go out there and we put our everything into it, and I feel like, everybody's dedicated. So I feel like we definitely are, and the next few games are very important, and we have to, find a way to win.
Do you talk about the fact that you lead the team in scoring and rebounding and block shots and 3-pointers and steals? Just the weight, it seems like at times it feels like the weight of the world's on your shoulders. The fact that you do so many things for this basketball team, and if you have an off night, then it's really hard for them to win.
Well, I mean, that's just me going out there trying to do whatever I can to help my teammates win. And if I have to go out there and do everything, I will, and just to show them that I want to go, to the NCAA with you guys. So, whatever I need to do, I'll go out there and do it. So, but I feel like I help my teammates out the most. So, if I have to go out there and do it every night, I will.
Talking about your teammates, did it ever get frustrating that maybe there's not a more consistent second scorer or third scorer? That it would be great to have somebody else averaging in double figures, and that just, it seems like consistency has been lacking in that sense.
Well, I feel like we everybody shot shots they can make, and sometimes we miss. So I feel like everybody put in a lot of hard work and tried to definitely do what they could. So I mean, it's just on the road we always get a little off, but I mean, if I have a good game, I feel like everybody else does feed off of that. But I feel like they try even when I don't have a good game.
Obviously, my vantage point was just through the television and that Notre Dame game, but it looked to me like you were maybe a little bit more vocal than I've seen you. Is that the case, and is that something you're working on?
Well, most definitely, because we have I learned from my teammates, and I have to be more vocal on the road, especially when we're out in that type of environment. So me talking, I feel like that helps us remember where what we're there for.
Do you anticipate having a decision to make at the end of this year whether or not you're going to come back for your senior year, and if so, what's going to go into making that decision?
I'm not sure yet. I just talked to my mom about it, to my family. So that's something we haven't decided yet.
What will be kind of laid out when you get to that point? What will be this?
Say it again?
What will you be thinking about when you get to that point where you're seriously thinking about it?
I'm not sure. I mean, we haven't really been thinking about it that much now.
Yeah.
So I'm really not sure.
You had to come home, but you got a pretty tough opponent tomorrow. Does it kind of feel like a must-win in a way, where you can, well, maybe not a must-win, but does it feel like a win, and maybe you're kind of feeling a little bit better about going to the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I mean, Virginia, they're a great team. They're ranked 15, I believe, and if we get a win against them, I feel like that'll help us go on.
They play a lot like you guys. where we're probably not expecting the game to be in the 70s. It's probably going to be games in the 50s. Is there an advantage to playing against a team with so many similarities to you?
I mean, not really. I mean, Virginia, they're a good defensive team. You know, I feel like we're both two, great defensive teams, and they do have a lot of similarities. I mean, especially with Justin Anderson. He's a good athlete, and I feel like we can match up with him well and get the dub.
Anything else for KJ? All right, thank you.
Thank you, JJ.
Thanks, KJ.